You sit down at your desk with a plan to work on your business, study, or read a book. But before you start, you decide to check your phone just for a second. Suddenly, an hour has vanished. If this sounds familiar, you aren't lazy and your attention span isn't broken. Your dopamine system is hijacked. Every single day, modern technology floods your brain with cheap artificial stimulation. Today, we are going to fix it. We are going to build a customized, step-by-step dopamine detox plan to help clear the brain fog and make starting difficult tasks feel manageable again. To do this right, you need to follow along. Grab a physical calendar and your smartphone so we can execute the setup steps in real time. Taking these immediate actions right now is the first definitive step toward reclaiming your time and your attention. To understand how a detox works, we need to clarify what dopamine actually is. Most people think it's the pleasure chemical. It's not. Dopamine is the molecule of desire, anticipation, and motivation. It is the chemical that makes you want to do things. Hundreds of years ago, you earned a dopamine hit for doing difficult things that helped you survive: hunting, building, exploring. This diagram shows your biological dopamine levels. Scrolling feeds or playing games gives a massive spike. Your brain adapts, raising its baseline tolerance. So when you try real effort, like reading or building a side hustle, your brain rejects it. It barely registers. The brain actively rejects productive tasks simply because they cannot provide the massive rush it now requires to function normally. The only mechanical way to fix this is to lower your tolerance. You must fast from cheap dopamine to starve your brain of stimulation and reset the baseline. There are 3 tiers to this detox. Look at the calendar you grabbed, choose the tier that fits your life, and block out the dates right now. Tier 1 is the beginner reset. This is a 24-hour protocol, usually executed on a Sunday. For 1 full day, you eliminate the biggest offenders: no social media, no video games, no television, and no junk food. You can still use your phone for texts or maps, and you can listen to educational podcasts or read. The sole objective of Tier 1 is to break the immediate cycle of endless scrolling. Tier 2 is monk mode. This is a much stricter 7-day protocol. You completely delete short-form social media apps from your phone, and you cut out all refined sugar. You replace all of your screen time with productive friction, going to the gym, taking long walks without headphones, and actively working on your goals. As your brain adjusts to the lower stimulation levels during this week, the chronic restlessness typically begins to fade by the 4th day, allowing brain fog to clear. Tier 3 is the void. This is an extreme 24-hour hard reset. There are uncompromising rules here. Absolutely no screens of any kind. No media, no podcasts, no books. Just you, a notebook, a pen, and water. I'll warn you now, during the first few hours, your brain aggressively screams for a distraction. But surviving that intense initial mental resistance is the exact biological mechanism resetting your dopamine baseline. A detox is powerful, but relying on willpower alone to survive your chosen tier often leads to failure when cravings hit. You need to physically alter your digital environment immediately, before the detox officially begins. If you committed to Tier 2, pick up your phone right now and delete trigger apps. If you selected Tier 1 or 3, mandate physical distance. Put your phone in an entirely different room during the fasting window. Then you need to prepare for the day after the detox. You have to build a permanent maintenance system to support your new baseline. Go into your device settings and configure native daily app limits to artificially restrict future access. Establish a new physical default. Your smartphone must charge in a separate room during all of your designated work hours. This environmental shift protects your attention by making cheap dopamine physically difficult to access, leaving hard work as the most available path forward. You now have a scheduled detox, eliminated triggers, and an environment designed to support your focus. When you complete this protocol, the brain fog will lift, you will regain your mental clarity, and you will find it much easier to engage with the difficult tasks you've been avoiding. Regaining control over your attention is the first step toward following through on the goals you've set for yourself.
Now that you know how to reset your focus, you need to know how to use it.